was about the dogs. Nah, it's about power. Yeah. Would have put a specialty, sunrise on the ground. Dogs in the grooming tents, whispers all around. Catalog smiles with the tension in the air. Every handshake got a hidden little snare. Bored in the back room, running quiet little schemes. Bylaws in the pocket like a stack of poker dreams. Slayers for the breed, but they guarding their throne. If you question anything, they coming for your bone. Grievance in the envelope, certified mail. Club justice system, but the deck.
Welcome back. Okay, so this is afternoon. Of course, it's 1:56. They probably will not be ready, and we'll probably go to Sidebar. It happens. Thought I'd share. I love it. I'm eating lunch. So, I hope you had a good lunch. I love your stories. They're always so great. They got the foundation for the gallows ready. Right? Don't mind me. I'm eating lunch. I always eat leftovers for lunch too. Well, me and the dogs do. I made smoked pork loin. So I'm eating a little bit of that. And a leftover piece of steak, little piece of steak that's left over. I couldn't even tell you the last time I had pizza. I bet it's been if I had to guess, the last time I had pizza, 12 years maybe? Mm-hmm. Yeah, probably 12 years, maybe longer. I have to think, because Lord, listen, I don't do fast food but if I get something, it's pizza. I don't do any fast food. I probably haven't been out to eat in probably 17 years. So, but yeah, and I don't order in. So like I don't order from anywhere. But so like out to eat like at a sit down restaurant or anything like that, probably 17 years. And I don't order Persian restaurant. Next thing I know, I am married to a goat in my truck. No. I eat what I know. Yeah. I cook every night. So I mean I cook all my meals. So You eat stuff raw, like as like vegetables or like raw meat. Like you're not one of those raw meat eaters, right? I mean, I eat raw meat. Like if you, I mean, not raw meat, but my husband says it's raw because like I like for steak and stuff cannot eat like well done or medium well or anything like that. Like my steak has to be like rare, but it's not raw. Just to know and stay tough. You eat raw hamburger? Okay. I don't know you. I don't know if you're even telling me the truth. Right. I mean, I still like raw, like really rare hamburgers though too. Oh, yeah, I get my meat from butchers, so I'm just really weird. Mm, not me. I like very rare meat. Like my husband always says a good vet can bring it back to life. But not like chicken or pork. Hmm. Right? Yeah, I don't trust any of their food. I don't trust a lot of people's food. And I mean, hence why I cook my own food. Ah, me too. My husband always tells me that I look at people as they're guilty until proven innocent, not the other way around. Right. If anybody makes me a meal, I'm suspect of it. I'm like, why did you make me a meal? And first of all, what's in it? If anybody makes me a drink, I'm suspect of what's in it. I mean, think about it. Like, there was a chick who murdered her husband with with eye drops. Like, I didn't even know that was a thing. Also for the insurance money. Even my personalities, I love that. I'm going to start using that. I'm stealing that. I'm putting that on the screen so I can remember that. I love that. I'm going to tell my husband that. He'll believe it. Oh my God, that's hilarious. I love it. You are wild. I'm going to use that as my tagline. Everyone is after me, even my other personalities. I love that. Because everybody's always saying I'm crazy. That's their go-to when they don't like stuff I'm saying. I'm crazy. So I'm going to use that. Everyone is after me, even my other personalities. That's hilarious. Right. You have to be such a hoot to hang out with. I'm not kidding you. Oh, wow. Only 10 minutes? We're going to go sidebar.
All right. And Council, could I just see you in regards to the scheduling this afternoon?
No deal. You sound like my husband. His supervisors are always asking him, "What's wrong with you?" My husband would be like, "I think it's hilarious that you think there's only one thing." Right? She's not going to stand. She can't. Are we taking bets? I'll bet you $100 she doesn't. Dale would think that she was being a selfish child. Right? Nice. Sashka? I think this is the first time I've seen her wear glasses.
Have a seat. Water.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Did you see the lady at the lake that literally was trying to stop the ducks from mating because she thought that the male duck was taking advantage of the female ducks?
Court, all rise. Jurors enter.
Girl, your hands can move. Why don't you fix your eyebrows? Oh, it's
This
like
court's
really
now in session. Please be seated.
Your Honor, for the purpose of
22nd, we return back to the trial of Commonwealth versus Lindsay Clancy. All parties are present, including the defendant and including the 18 jurors.
All right. Well, members of the jury, thank you for your patience with us. What we're now going to do at this point is we're going to return to the evidence. We have witness Patrick Clancy, who testified earlier, is now being recalled, as I said, for the purpose of cross-examination. Okay. All right, counsel. Thank you, Judge.
Afternoon, Mr. Clancy.
Okay, so now they're going to do cross-examination.
Correct.
Would you agree with me?
Get a mic, dude.
You and your brothers, maybe some other people into your home very shortly after the state police.
Oh, come on. Get a mic. Go to the podium.
Evidence from the home.
Yes.
And you recall that went into different rooms and looked at different things and also took some photographs and things of that nature. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
So, if I may, you met Lindsay back when she was in school, or was she working as a nurse?
She was at the MGH Institute.
And the MGH Institute is like Mass General Hospital nursing program, correct?
Correct.
She had some kind of like an accelerated course or something?
Yeah.
Had a double major?
Yeah.
She was a very good student.
She was, yeah.
And she, at a relatively young age, got her RN and was a nurse at Mass General, correct?
Correct.
And at Mass General, she was a, we call it L&D, a labor and delivery nurse, is that it?
Yeah.
Do you remember how many years she worked at Mass General?
I think she started in 2014.
Do you remember when she graduated from nursing school?
6 months earlier.
And were you guys in a relationship then? Or
We were, yeah.
and had you started living together in Southie, or was that before that?
Not in Southie. We didn't live together in Southie. We lived together in Quincy.
Quincy. Tell us a little bit about, you know, Lindsay, obviously.
He's doing this on purpose.
How did she like being a nurse?
She loved it. I think it was her dream.
Would you say that she enjoyed her work and helping people?
Definitely, yeah.
So there's been some commentary here from the government about that she was anxious because she had to go back to work, but she didn't want to go to work, she's lazy, or whatever the case may be.
Objection.
This is sustained, if you could rephrase that.
All right, so I'll strike lazy then. That she didn't want to go back to work, but I believe you said.
Doing it on purpose.
To the DA, there was a reason that you could see that she was anxious about going back to work, correct?
Correct.
Now, was she anxious about going back to work, to your knowledge, because she just didn't want to work?
No.
What was the reason?
She struggled to be away from our kids at a young age.
So when you guys ultimately moved to Duxbury, did you have children then?
Yeah.
And as the years went by, obviously, you had more children, ultimately you had 3 children, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
You told us about her birth with Cora, and
Yeah.
Cora, it was a bit of a rough birth, is that right?
Yeah, she didn't have time to get an epidural, and she bled a lot.
Do you, in the years that you lived with Lindsay as boyfriend and girlfriend, fiancés, and then ultimately husband and wife, do you recognize her handwriting?
I haven't seen it in a long time, but so I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, counsel's looking at that. Is it your understanding, would she take notes or lists and
Yeah,
for work and home and things of that nature?
you would, yeah.
Excuse me.
Okay.
I'm going to approach you, sir, with this document. Just ask if you can recognize the handwriting.
Yeah, that looks like her handwriting.
Looks like Lindsay's handwriting?
Yep.
So I'm going to lay after this.
Any objection?
Yes.
All right, if I could see counsel.
Because what does it prove? Is he a handwriting expert? Does he know that she wrote this? Does she know that she wasn't under coercion? When did she write this? At what time frame? Was she under medication? Did the doctor have her write this? He doesn't know when she wrote this. I would have objection to it too. He didn't lay foundation for it. What is the relevance of it? I would be pissed. Why do you need to see this? Oh, he's gonna let it in.
Yeah.
Looking at this, what does it mean to you? What do you know? Is there gonna be notes of deliveries that she was involved with?
Yeah.
Okay.
See the first one, what's the date, if you can read it?
It says May 11th, 2015.
And does that indicate, would that, to your knowledge, be when she started working as a labor delivery nurse?
I thought she started a little early, but I'm not sure.
You see the name of the little girl that was born on that date that was?
Oh, this is her daughter's
Yeah.
first. She has her daughter's name,
Cora.
Cora.
And is that the reason you guys named Cora?
It was, yeah.
Great foundation, dummy.
Can you tell the jurors, as a husband living with Lindsay over the years, what kind of a mother was she?
She was very dedicated. She did everything. She started reading them books at 3 months. And she made up songs for them. I remember she used to make green eggs and ham for Cora because she liked that book.
Is that one of the Dr. Seuss books?
Yeah. She brought them to music classes.
You're quite the musician yourself, isn't that right?
I play a few instruments, yeah.
You play guitar.
Yep.
In your home, one of the things that appears to be striking is that almost every room, other than maybe a bed, well, actually a bedroom, but was dedicated to children. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Like you didn't have a fancy dining room, right?
We did not, no.
What did you have in the dining room?
We had the table that I grew up with.
How about stuff on the wall in the different rooms? Did she put things, wall hangings on the walls for the kids?
There was a lot of art projects, stickers,
You outside.
things like that.
Hanging from the wall?
Yeah.
So normal. It's not really helping your case, dude.
One of the photographs that the government had
Hey, baby.
was a photograph that, excuse me, if you can identify for us, is this photograph a fair and accurate depiction of one of your rooms?
Yeah.
And what room would that be?
That's the playroom.
Right off of this room?
Any objection?
No.
All right, that may be admitted.
This guy really sucks at laying foundation. See why the prosecutor went through asking all the questions first, then showing him the evidence, then posting the evidence.
This
How you
side
lay
of the room,
foundation.
so it's boxed out window. So are we standing in the kitchen looking into that room through that boxed out window?
Yeah.
And with all those objects, obviously, they're in that room with kids' toys and things of that nature, right?
Right.
Do you recognize this photograph as being just a sample or sampling of the kids' rooms?
Yeah.
Know which room that was?
I think it was Dawson's.
Okay, cut off this.
I think
Any objection?
No.
All right, that may be admitted. All right, thank you.
it was.
bunch of stickers. It's got Bruce Lightyear or whatever his name is over to the right. It's got alphabet, A, B, C, D, things of that nature, correct?
It's Paw Patrol.
Okay. And again, following through on that same theme, you recognize this photograph as well being another portion of that wall.
Yeah.
And what are those, decals?
Yeah, they're just big stickers.
In the interest of time, Your Honor, I would just
Wouldn't that be Paw Patrol?
identify this as being one of
Oh, okay.
these walls. Would that be what you were telling us would be art projects?
Yeah,
And they were hanging on the wall?
correct.
I didn't see the bottle of pee.
I think Lindsay did.
And would she also take hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pictures of the kids?
Yeah.
Do you recall her putting together a little collage saying newborn, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, hanging that on the wall?
Yeah, she did it for each kid.
Which child was that?
That one's Dawson.
The 8 months dead.
Did you have occasion to see her interact with Dawson as a
Ray, did you wish to introduce those photographs?
Thank you, I appreciate it. Used to it.
Maybe.
Thank you.
Can you describe for the jurors her relationship with Dawson? I know he's a little kid, but I mean, did she, to your observation, did she love Dawson?
She loved Dawson very much.
Did she resent him?
No.
Okay.
You are familiar with, as her husband, Lindsay's, let's say, use of social media such as Facebook, right?
Yes.
Can you tell us, would you look at her Facebook a lot and the pictures that she would post?
To be honest, no, not really.
Okay. Were you able to identify any of her postings on Facebook?
Probably.
Representative, over the years, or a period of time, I'm going to ask if you can identify this particular Facebook.
If we may approach briefly.
Sure, yeah, Counsel.
I mean, he's going to be able to identify it because it's going to have her name at the top of it. But if he didn't pay attention to it, and I understand that they're trying to humanize her because, well, she was a human and she was a mother and she probably did motherly things with her children. Nobody's denying that she did that. I mean, even the prosecutors aren't denying she did that. They're trying to say that she was a normal mom. She did normal mom things. She went out and she had birthday parties. She took them to all kinds of different things. That was the whole point. And then just one day she just hears voices and goes into psychosis. That's the whole point of what they're trying to prove. So he's doing the same thing. She was normal. I mean, the day that she killed them, she built a snowman with them. That's normal mom things too. The normal moms don't just strangle their children. I don't think of Massachusetts. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think it. Normally the Commonwealths don't have. But that's a good question. No, no, it's not a death penalty case. If convicted, she faces mandatory life sentence. So Massachusetts, not the death penalty. Okay, so Massachusetts does not have the death penalty. The maximum possible sentence in this case is life in prison. 3 counts of first-degree murder. Right? Nope. 3 counts of first degree. Right. So prosecutors are arguing the killings were deliberate and premeditated, while the defense claims she was suffering postpartum psychosis and should not be criminally responsible. So she and her husband both have filed wrongful death lawsuits against her medical providers, alleging they failed to address her deteriorating mental health. So she's found not guilty. They win a lawsuit of medical malpractice. He can still file civilly, and civilly is way lower bar.
Mr. Clancy, if I ask a question, and it's difficult, and you very good job.
Find a mic, dude.
So just representative of the Facebook postings that Lindsay refers to as murdering your children. This, for example, would be July of 2018.
Yeah.
Can you tell the jurors who that was?
Cora.
That's Cora.
I don't even know these kids, and I can tell you who they are. It's not hard.
Moving forward, in June of 2021.
Cora.
That's Cora and Dawson.
Oh, I didn't see that the little boy was in the one picture.
Again, the end of July 2021.
That's us with Cora and Dawson.
It probably won't until she's found not guilty, or she's found guilty.
2021.
He can still file.
Dawson.
Civil is a way lower bar. Even if somebody's found not guilty for murder, like say OJ,
It's Cora and Dawson.
the family can still file wrongful death and they can still win in a civil suit,
It's Cora and Dawson.
even if you're found not guilty for murder. So even if she's found guilty for murder, she can still file
It's
against
Cora and Dawson.
medical
That first day of preschool?
Yeah.
for her actions. Because he's the surviving father.
September of 21.
That's Lindsay and Cora.
And was that some kind of like a family fun day, if you recall? Where there was like
No, she couldn't emote.
Yeah.
The end of September 21. Callan,
No, that's Dawson.
Dawson, okay, September 21. Callan was born when? Sorry.
May 2022.
And Christmas Eve, December 24th of 2021.
That's Cora's birthday.
Sure.
Okay, and that's her birthday party that year?
Yeah.
Now that's 2021, right?
Correct.
Fast forward 1 year, and that would be Christmas of 2022, right?
Right.
Okay, you
Is that when you guys had the birthday party
can
for
do math.
Cora at the trampolines?
No.
When was that?
I believe it was January 7th.
Okay, but that would have been for that particular birthday, right?
That was for the birthday with friends because most people weren't available on Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve, right?
Yeah.
Because they were probably with their families. How are you this bad at lawyering?
That is September 1st of 22. Remember when that was taken?
Yeah, that's with Callan and Dawson.
Was that your yard?
That's in the backyard.
Backyard. This would have been September of 22, obviously right before 23.
These pictures don't do her any favor, in my opinion.
And again, for this one here, July of 22, can you tell me, Ferris, you guys had a pretty good summer that year?
It was a good summer. Yeah.
22?
This picture was on Cape Cod.
Yeah.
July of 22. Let's not forget January 24th of 23.
A couple of points that I wanted to raise, sir, with you. We have an email sent from your, is it Surface Pro? Is that what it's called?
That was my laptop. Yeah.
And you have to remember his opening statement.
I'm going to approach you, sir, and ask if you can identify this as being the email that you sent.
His opening statement was she couldn't emote. She would just stand there. She wouldn't do anything. She was basically a zombie.
I'd just like to know the purpose of yes.
No,
We should have heard Sidebar.
sure, yeah.
Yeah, sidebar. You can't just tell him the purpose in court. Where's your foundation? This lawyer. Holy crap. What's the relevance? Where's your foundation? You can't just bring out a piece of paper and say, I'm just going to deliver it. That's not how court goes, dude. What's the purpose? I'll tell you the purpose. No, you can't tell the purpose in court. That's not how it goes. You're kind of doing it ass backwards, little man. Just winging it? When did you get your law license? Have you forgot how law works? Right? Well, as I said, this supposed to be between 6 and 8 weeks. She better keep that energy up for the entire time.
That may be admitted.
She's trying to get. Oh, so they're just going to admit it to the jury, not to play in court, not to read in court. I love this prosecutor. She's spicy. She's teaching this old head. This is how you play in court. And I'm not playing with you, little old man.
Well, while we're waiting for the copy, let me just move on to something else. Do you recall yesterday the district attorney was asking you a question or stated to you that on December 2nd of 2022, that you and your wife went to a fancy hotel in Boston and she had a massage and you both had a big dinner? Do you recall her asking you that question?
Yeah.
And in fact, would you agree, sir, that you did not, in fact, go to a fancy hotel on December 2nd of 22, being a Saturday night before your anniversary, the 3rd? You stayed at home, didn't you?
We did. We stayed at home.
And when you were asked that question by the DA, she wanted the inference to be that Lindsay Clancy in December of 22 was so relaxed that she wanted to have a massage and have a big dinner in a hotel. In fact, she was in her bed, in her bedroom that night.
Objection.
Sustain, if you could rephrase that.
Compound.
I'm approaching you with what appears to be
You're testifying also. Quit testifying.
from one of the photographs that the district attorney had showed you yesterday was her in a mask. And I believe the.
So she had COVID? Now that photograph, sir, was actually preserved, if you will, on the Laptop Pro computer. Is that right? Did she send that to you?
She sent it to my computer.
Okay.
I don't know.
And where was she? Do you remember when that picture was taken? Let me just show you.
Aw.
That's what the photograph was.
It looks like they're at the doctor.
At the doctor's office. Okay. And can you tell me the date that that picture, right hand corner top, what date was that picture taken?
December 2nd.
Same date that we're talking about, correct? And what
Correct.
time was the picture sent?
12:45 p.m.
Okay. So the jury. So when you're dealing with these things on the computers, it's a little hard sometimes to understand what they're depicting. And I'm having a hard time moving it. Here it is. All right.
Oh.
Right there, you see that there? That's the date that we're talking about, right?
Right. Just to clarify, though, it looks like that was on an iPhone.
Oh, I'm sorry, iPhone. Okay, it was sent to you then.
Correct.
And it was on December 2nd, the date the DA was suggesting you were in Boston having massages and dinner, right?
Objection. That was December 3rd.
Sus-
It's
Well.
the jury's memory.
So facts not
Answer
evidence.
that.
Do you recall, sir, that she also had sent you the same day or taken a picture of what appears to be Laura's Christmas list, wish list? You know what that is?
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you look at the record on that, that was sent.
Okay, so it's on.
December 2nd at 6:13 p.m.
Yeah.
6:13 p.m.
Okay.
And then finally, if you look at the metadata that is apparently buried in the photograph, it gives latitude and longitude of where the photograph was taken. Is that right? You're familiar with metadata, I would imagine.
Okay. And if she's saying it's on the 3rd, this is facts not evidence. If you try to do it again, I would object to it.
Yeah, that's our address.
Okay. And that would be the metadata with the latitude and the longitude and shows you where these photos are taken, correct?
Correct.
After these run?
So I think we had Exhibit 76. They're making a copy of that. You want to mark that? I don't know if we marked that yet. That was the earlier one, just so everybody can keep this straight. And this latest email would be Exhibit 77.
Okay. This guy's acting like he's got some gotcha moment.
That would be the letter, the
Okay.
email? Yeah, the email right here.
And what is it proving? That she didn't go to the third?
Is an email from you to, we will kind of delete the people that are on the email, if I may, Your Honor, as we mark it as an exhibit. Let me approach you. Does it indicate the date and the time? The very top, you sent that email to your staff members.
It does. Yep.
Tell the jurors what the date was.
It's January 24th at 5:24.
And that was sent from your Surface Pro?
I don't know, actually. It could have been sent from my iPhone.
That would be Exhibit 76.
Okay, so now we're going back to the email. This guy's all over the place.
Now, when was Callan born?
May 26, 2022.
My memory serves that it was a good birth. It was not easy birth, but I mean, there were no complications.
There are no complications.
And were both of you very happy with Callan being born healthy? And
yeah, we felt very lucky.
And then in that summer of 22, you had one of the best summers that you've had, right?
Yeah.
What happened in September, October of 2022?
Lindsay's mental health started to deteriorate.
And when you say that, sir, what is it that you, as her husband, observed?
Just increased stress and anxiety.
And did she, as a result of that, go to see or reach out for help to see someone?
Yes.
And who was that?
I believe it was Jennifer Tufts.
Now, Jennifer Tufts is a psychiatrist?
Yeah.
And where is she located?
I never went to her office. Somewhere on the South Shore.
Do you remember when Lindsay went to see Jennifer Tufts?
I don't remember the exact date. I think it was sometime in September. Oh, I wasn't really involved at the beginning of Jennifer Tufts.
Of course.
Yeah. What?
Do you recall that the difficulties or the trouble, so to speak, began towards the end of September into October of 22?
Yeah, it was pretty gradual.
But do you remember when the DA asked you yesterday whether or not you used your computer to Google suicide in, I think it was August of 22? Do you remember her asking you that question?
Yes.
And do you remember your response?
Oh, he's trying to get him.
No, honestly.
You didn't Google that, did you?
I don't think I did, no.
No. But I'm going to show you, sir,
Oh, he's not trying to impeach him?
history of your computer. Have in mind that the question was asked of you as to whether or not in August of 22, you Googled suicide. You responded no, right?
Correct.
The inference being, I guess, that back in August of 22, she would have Googled, apparently, right?
Sure.
You know a guy named Tim Hall?
I think you mean Tom Hall.
Yeah, Tom Hall, I apologize. Who's Tom Hall?
He's a musical artist.
So what artist?
Like a country artist.
Country. Is he like a guitar playing guy or singer?
Yeah, was.
When you say was, what happened to him?
He committed suicide.
Oh, Jesus.
And I'm going to show you, sir, your Surface Pro records back in August of 22. You recall Googling the name Tom Hall so you could access one of his new albums or new records?
I do remember briefly listening to Tom Hall's music.
Now, you've never seen, you haven't seen this document before, correct?
Correct.
Right, and this would be, I'm sure you're probably familiar with, when you get a phone dump, computer records dump, you get a printout of all of the sites that you go on, Google, Wikipedia, things like that.
Right.
Find a mic.
So look to the right.
Yep.
Down a little bit, you see, I think it says Tom Hall.
Yeah.
What does it say on Tom Hall?
It says his Wikipedia page.
You see here? So here we've got so that shows you when somebody Googles and then it goes Wikipedia. And see where up above it says suicide methods?
Yeah.
Now, you didn't, as you said to the DA, you didn't Google suicide methods, right?
I didn't Google suicide methods now.
But in fact, sir, when you Googled Tom Hall, it took you to the Wikipedia page and it said that he died, right?
He did, yeah.
And then you clicked on the Wikipedia page and it went into a hyperlink. You know what a hyperlink is? I imagine you
Yeah.
do. Hyperlink.
Yeah.
What is a hyperlink? Just so I know.
So like in Wikipedia, it would be a word that's highlighted in blue and it goes to a website.
Okay. So I suggest to you, sir, that as you move down on your searches that afternoon, that you were looking at Tom Hall, that it brought you to ways to commit suicide, Tom Hall, Google search.
You were searching suicides?
All on that date at the same time. And you were just looking to see about the guy because he killed himself, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Right off of this.
Any objection?
Can I just see the packet?
Again, remember, I got that discovery from the DA.
Well, it's an email from his
We'll just
expert, not us.
just take a look at it and we'll kind of go from there. Hold on a second.
While she's looking at that, I just asked her, what is a URL? What does that
Hold on,
mean?
hold on a second. Just,
Right.
wait till she gets a chance to finish.
Yes, I would object.
If I could see, Council.
So if he's looking at all the suicide stuff, then is he gonna, I mean, like, we could get ridiculous with this now. Because she was looking it up. Now he's looking it up. Back in October or August or whenever the hell she said. So what's the relevance of him looking up? Is he being charged with it too? Like, where's the foundation to this? This is crazy. This guy just throws shit out there. So she didn't look it up? Like, let's think about this. So he looked it up, means she didn't look it up. So does that mean that she wasn't looking? Like, she went to the doctors for all the medication. She went to the doctors. So because she didn't look it up, then she had no idea of what any symptoms would be. Is that what they're trying to claim? She was a labor and delivery nurse. She should have known what symptoms and side effects and all this stuff. The doctors would have told her. Her therapist would have told her. Are we kidding here? And because he did one search of listening to a country music star that committed suicide and then clicked on some link to try to figure out how
So,
Minutes over.
well, that's being marked Exhibit E for ID. Basically, that would at least refresh your memory, sir, that in fact, inadvertently, that you touched the Wikipedia thing for suicide, but it was for Tom Hall, the singer, right?
Sounds like that was the case.
Okay. Do you recall what medication Lindsay was put on by Dr. Tufts?
She started with Zoloft.
Now, counsel had asked you about whether or not Lindsay was on Zoloft or any SSRI antidepressant medication in the past. Do you remember that question?
Yeah.
Do you remember her asking about that you were having a conversation with her and she said that she was going on Zoloft and that she had already been to Tufts, or was it Tufts that she got the script from?
Correct.
Okay. She told you that, right?
Yeah.
Later.
She didn't hide that from you, right?
Later.
No.
And it was,
No.
you were at a wedding. Is that right? You're walking down the street, the two of you together, like at the end of the night. She basically told you that she had to use the meds.
It was earlier in the day. It was before the wedding, but yeah.
Okay.
What?
And do you recall how, to your observation, how dedicated was she to taking her medications as instructed by the numerous doctors that she ultimately saw?
She always took them as instructed.
Do you remember,
How do you know?
did she in fact have a diary
Oh my God.
that she kept of the milligrams, the type of medication, the date that she took the medication, and what, if any, reactions that she had to it? Do you recall that?
Yeah.
It doesn't mean
Do
she
you
took
remember
it.
where that was?
You didn't watch her.
Keeping in any particular place?
I think she kept it in the kitchen.
In the kitchen.
You
So I'm
think
going to show you a
but you
photograph
took them as instructed.
that the state police took in your house.
Joke.
Is this a fair and accurate picture?
Yeah.
So that kind of shows.
Now that I know there's a malpractice lawsuit, this is all a joke.
That are in like a cabinet or something, right?
Right.
I'm going to show you this enlarged spine, if you will, of a book. I ask if you ever saw that before.
I don't recall seeing this.
Would you agree, sir, that this book
You agree.
is in fact the same book, the same coloring that was in the bunch of books in your kitchen?
Yeah.
How would he know any of this? He said he wasn't involved in her therapy.
Now, this book, you see what the
Scary
caption of the
thoughts.
book is.
Yeah, it says good moms have scary thoughts.
I'm sure there wasn't anything in there to tell her about what her symptoms would be. Come on.
Pages from the book, the cover of the book, and the inside of the book. Just, you've never seen that before, though?
Don't recall seeing this.
So with that understanding, Your Honor, I will not offer this.
What is the relevance?
Counsel, come up. If you could, Mr. Redick, if you could show
It's not.
what it is that you.
I'm sorry, you said you're not offering it?
Well, don't have the foundation.
Okay.
Any objection?
No.
Okay.
So can I put it in?
Yes, that's
Oh,
fine.
okay, great, thank you.
No objection to him not offering it.
All right.
If
No,
I
I'm
could just
lost.
look at it,
Yeah.
there may
Well,
not.
why don't we do this? Why doesn't everybody come over here with that, and we can kind of figure out where we go?
Oh my God. This is I'd want to look at it. I'd want to see what she wrote on it, what she wrote in it, what it said in it. This is crazy.
I would offer the book, well, a copy of the book.
No objection.
Okay, that may be admitted.
Who was the next doctor, if you recall, that Lindsay went to consult with?
Julie Paul.
And is this a doctor or a nurse practitioner?
I don't remember with Julie Paul. It was very brief.
Okay. Now, is it fair to say that Julie Paul was at South Shore?
Yeah, correct.
And Julie Paul was a friend of your mother's, is that right?
Yeah, I think they were acquaintances. Yeah,
And your mother was a nurse also at South Shore Hospital.
in L&D. Yeah,
L&D Labor and Delivery, same thing. Okay. And your mother was good enough to refer Lindsay to this person to consult with, right?
yeah. I don't think it was a formal referral. I think she just said this is a specialist that you might want to talk with.
All right. And did she go to see the specialist?
Yeah.
And did you go with her, or was this a?
No, I never met
I should
Julie
back
Paul.
myself up. Were these like in-person meetings, or are they like what do you call them, Zoom meetings? And
Most of the meetings were Zoom. The only in-person that I'm aware of was with Rebecca Gelata.
Rebecca Gelata. Okay, and that was because you insisted on it, right?
I thought it was warranted at that time. Yeah.
Right, because you were pretty much at your wit's end with the 15-minute Zooms, and you wanted to sit down eyeball to eyeball and talk to this person, right?
I hadn't attended any prior to that. I just wanted to get clarification. I wanted to see if we could get on the same page.
All right. So now Lindsay's on Zoloft from Dr. Tufts, the psychiatrist, correct?
Correct.
And then that runs into when she goes to see Nurse Paul.
Can you clarify?
What was it?
Can you clarify what you're asking?
Yeah, what month? When was it that she saw Nurse Paul?
Maybe October, but I'm not sure.
Okay. When she saw Nurse Paul, do you remember where she saw Nurse Paul, or was it a video thing?
I don't know. I wasn't involved.
Okay. Did Nurse Paul prescribe medication to her?
A lot, if he knows.
I don't know off the top of my head.
All right. Do you recall whether or not, to your opinion, that she had any reactions to the Zoloft that she had been placed on by Dr. Tufts?
Objection.
Observations that were made.
Right, so it's not guesswork, it's observations, anything you saw and observed.
Yeah, it seemed to align with her insomnia symptoms.
Now, the insomnia, inability to sleep, was that a significant problem from your observations with her?
Yeah, it was a huge problem.
And when you say huge problem, was there one point when she was on medication from Tufts that in fact she had gone 48 hours, I think, without sleep?
Yeah.
And that was disturbing to her?
Yeah, and it was just hard to function.
And how about you? Was it disturbing to you?
I just wanted her to get sleep and feel better.
What's
Now,
disturbing to him?
during that period of time, she then went and saw the next doctor, a nurse practitioner, which we talked about, which would be nurse practitioner Paul at South Shore, right?
Right.
Now, after seeing nurse practitioner Paul, if you remember, or no, did you observe, did she seem to get better or did she seem to get worse?
It would be hard to say. I think it was a week at most. So it's really hard to say in that short a time frame.
Sure. And when you say a week at most, you mean that's like she was seeing nurse practitioner Paul for about a week?
Yeah, and I mean, she may have only seen her once. It was very brief, and then she got reassigned somewhere, so.
And the reason, if you know, that she got reassigned somewhere would be nurse practitioner Gelata, right?
Right.
Same practice, right?
Right.
And the reason was because Paul moved on to another job, right?
Right.
So Lindsay wasn't out doctor hunting. She was referred by the nurse practitioner that was referred to you guys by your mom because Paul was leaving, right?
Yeah, she just switched doctors in the same practice.
All right. Now she sees Dr. Gelada.
Listen
right?
to his words.
Did Dr. Gelada, to your knowledge,
Green.
put her on medication?
Yeah.
And what was the medication, if you know?
Mainly Seroquel and benzodiazepines, Ativan.
No, benzodiazepines. They're addictive, right?
Apparently.
Apparently. He's like, I'm not a doctor. I don't know.
And a benzo would be, for example, Ativan, correct?
Correct.
Now, Seroquel, she was placed on Seroquel as well. Is that correct?
Right.
And to your observation, again, you're not a doctor, what you saw of your wife, was she affected positively or negatively by the Seroquel that she was on?
It appeared that she was affected very negatively, and she's reporting that
She's reporting.
she was getting worse on the Seroquel.
And do you know, did she report that to Dr. Gelada?
Yeah.
When she would consult with Dr. Gelada, prior to you actually going, do you know, were they all on video? If you know.
I believe, yeah, they were all on Zoom.
Okay. Do you have any opinion for the jury as to approximately how long these meetings on Zoom would be with the nurse practitioner?
Probably around 20 minutes.
At some point, do you recall that you went with Lindsay to see Dr. Gelada? Is that right?
Yes.
And do you remember, if you remember, when that was?
Early December.
In early December of 2022, can you tell the jury from your observations, how did Lindsay appear? How was she acting? How was she faring?
She was extremely sleep deprived and just highly anxious.
Was there a number of occasions that you would actually see her on the sofa, rocking back and forth with her head under a pillow?
Yeah.
Did you report that and other symptoms to Dr. Gelada?
Lindsay did.
So when was it, if you recall, that you went and saw Dr. Gelada with your wife, person to person?
When was it?
Yep.
Early December. I think it was December 6th.
And do you remember, you have a pretty good memory about this, do you remember what medication she was prescribed by Gelada?
Coming out of that meeting.
Yep.
Yeah, she increased the Seroquel significantly, and then she prescribed her Valium to help taper off of the benzos.
Taper off the benzos?
Yeah.
To your knowledge, did Lindsay go to doctors to seek out benzodiazepines or drugs just because she was a drug addict?
No, Lindsay, I think, wanted to, she definitely didn't want to take any more benzodiazepines and definitely didn't want to take any more Seroquel. I think that it wasn't really a matter of trying to get off the medication. It was just trying to get on the right medication.
Okay. Let's say mid-December, what observations, if any, heading up towards Christmas, did you guys endure?
She seemed to get worse. The Seroquel was increased to 400 milligrams.
400?
Yeah. And,
By Dr. Gelada?
Yeah. And the idea behind that was it would help with sleep, but she didn't get better. She got worse.
Do you recall that at one point she went to a place called Women's and Infants
Yeah.
in Rhode Island?
Right.
Women and Infants Center for Women's Behavioral Health. Do you recall that?
Right.
Do you remember when she actually went to Women's Behavioral Health?
Sometime in mid-December. I don't know the exact date.
All right. So if I suggest to you, sir, that I have certified copies of the Women and Infants medical records indicating that on December 20th of 2022, that was the day that you dropped her off at Women. Does that refresh your memory?
Yeah.
Your Honor, I'd like to offer the certified copies of the Women and Infants Hospital records.
Would object, we don't have a copy of those.
Oh,
You don't have these?
Could I see everybody here?
oh, yeah. Wonder why they put her on Seroquel. And then she was on Zoloft too. Oh, what happened? Oh,
And where did you go skiing?
What you said?
At some point in the afternoon, did you receive a phone call?
Yeah.
Was it from Lindsay?
Yeah.
And as a result of the phone call, what did you do?
She said that you need to come pick me up, and the doctors here want to talk to you, have you come in and talk for a bit.
Okay. Did you go and talk to him?
Yeah.
Do you remember who you talked to?
I don't remember their names.
Do you remember the conversation? Did you describe or indicate what her symptoms were at that point in December 20th of 2022?
Yeah, the conversation was they didn't.
Objection. Sustained at this time.
Did the people at Women's and Infants Facility in Rhode Island prescribe any medication to your knowledge?
I don't think so.
They provide any counseling or anything?
this is just for
I
education.
think they tried to, but they felt that it wasn't the right fit for Lindsay.
You're gone.
Do you recall the fact it was because of the drugs? They weren't sure what symptomology would be because of the drugs?
Sustained.
Yeah, he's not a
Do you
doctor.
recall whether or not the people at Women and Infants in Rhode Island reached out to Dr. July?
I don't think so.
If he knows.
I don't think they did. No.
He wasn't involved.
And was it one day or half a day that she went to Women and Infants in Rhode Island?
It was a half a day.
Half a day. So after you pick her up, you bring her home, it's now you and the kids and Lindsay, and it's days before Christmas, right?
Yeah, and her parents were there.
Why were her parents there?
They were visiting, trying to help out, and I took Dawson to watch. So they stayed home with Cora and Kellen.
Now, during that time frame in December of 22, maybe a little bit before, maybe after Thanksgiving, did your mom and dad and Lindsay's parents come to your house and try to help out with the kids?
Yeah, I think it was separately though.
Yeah, of course it would be separate. I mean, what would they do?
Just be there, help out, play with them, get takeout, play Scrabble.
Did Lindsay's mother and father actually stay there and sleep in the basement for
They did, yeah.
time? Were you aware personally, let me back up, you and Lindsay as husband and wife would in effect sleep in the same bedroom, is that correct?
Yeah.
There was an occasion though that she said to you about you go downstairs and then I think she ended up downstairs?
Yeah, for the purposes of her getting better sleep.
And for her purposes of getting better sleep, were you aware that on one occasion she used a gummy, a sleep aid gummy. Did you know that?
I don't recall that, but we did have them in the house.
Okay.
So.
Now, to your knowledge,
Ma-
was Lindsay a
marijuana on
person
top of
that
all
liked
that?
to smoke the weed, use the CBDs, oils, and all that stuff, or did she not imbibe in that?
No, she didn't smoke.
So you had these gummies in the house, sleep aid, right?
I mean, some people might call them a sleep aid.
Okay.
Some people might call them a sleep aid.
Heading into the holidays of
Oh
22,
my God. So
do
she
you recall where you spent Christmas?
I think it was at our house. We celebrated Cora's birthday. And then I think we actually went down to Wallingford, Connecticut to be with her parents after.
Her parents?
Yeah.
Okay. And then heading into January of 23, who did she then see for doctors or nurse practitioners, if you know?
After she got back from McLean,
Yes.
she switched back to Jennifer Tufts.
Now, before she switches back to Tufts in January, on New Year's of 2022, 2023, you guys drive to
Right.
Boston, go to MGH, and ultimately
And so,
turns itself into.
and then also alcohol.
Right?
Right.
And then
So
wasn't she
McLean
on
Hospital is
Valium?
basically a locked ward facility, correct?
Correct.
Was she allowed to just wander around and leave the place whenever she wanted?
She couldn't leave, but
Couldn't leave.
inside she could go to different areas.
Can you tell the jury what her state of mind was as she went to McLean Hospital with her husband on New Year's 23 at that point?
She was scared. She didn't want to go, but I think it was the second time we went to the ER, and I said, "You have to go."
Now at McLean Hospital, I know you.
We'll do a
visited
151 on her.
her, is that
Yeah.
correct?
72-hour stay.
District Attorney asked you yesterday about the excellent care that she was provided with all these counselors and therapists, and you indicated that it was your understanding that she was playing with clay and coloring, right?
Right.
Can you describe for the jury what McLean was like to you
Previous.
as a husband visiting his wife? In other words, were there doctors, were there nurses, were there people in the hallways?
What I saw was it looked like mainly nurses. It was the tail end of COVID, so they're mostly behind this plastic covered area. And it could have been just the time of day that I visited, but people were hanging around, watching TV, playing with clay.
Playing with clay.
Do you know whether or not she saw a doctor, psychiatrist, ultimately from McLean Hospital?
I was not aware of that. The only one I was aware of it was the doctor on the second to last or final day.
And what was that, Dr. Goodhart?
Yeah.
And did you speak to Dr. Goodhart?
Is
I
it?
ended up calling her.
I didn't know any of these drugs. I just had to look.
I wanted to see what her evaluation was. And so I gave her a call and we spoke, and she said, she's clearly depressed.
Sustained.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's you're saying.
So
That's
you
what you're
spoke to Dr. Goodhart. Did Dr. Goodhart, to your knowledge, prescribe any medication?
I think she recommended medication.
That's
And then
How many medications did she recommend?
I don't know if she recommended multiple. I want to say it was Cymbalta.
Cymbalta
But she
pill?
said, check with your doctor and make a decision.
Objection, hearsay.
So when Lindsay left, it was because she wanted to leave one day early because of Cora's birthday. Is that right?
I didn't think it was, I don't think it was one day early. I think she had a 5-day stay, which at the time was, my understanding was that was pretty standard. And yeah, she did want to attend Cora's birthday.
So there's no doubt, sir, in your mind that when she was discharged from McLean, that, you got these, right? McLean?
Yes.
Yeah. That when she was discharged from McLean Hospital, it was not against medical advice. The doctors gave her ill health and let her go with you, right?
Right.
And offer the McLean records.
Any objection?
No.
All right, they may be admitted.
So it's against medical advice, and you allowed her to be alone with the children. You just
Now, you
admitted.
know when you go to the hospital and you get out of the hospital, they give you a bag and you've got medications and a little card and says, thank you for being here, stuff like that. Did you guys get anything from McLean at all?
I don't think so.
And
Did you
that
get any
kills your
recommendations other than the
malpractice.
doctor suggesting that you might want to try Cymbalta? They give you a script?
I don't think so.
You know
Oh,
what
that's
Cymbalta
the
was?
sleep aid, right?
No.
You remember Dr. Goodhart telling Lindsay to Google it?
I think that's accurate.
Yeah. In fact, she Googled hundreds of times
Right.
Yeah.
medication, right?
Yeah.
So when you guys go home, and now it's January, obviously, you had the party for Cora, correct?
Yeah.
You guys had friends over, or friends that you guys knew?
Friends came to
Oh,
the
it's
party, which
major
was
depressive
at a
disorder
place in
medication
Plymouth.
too.
Would you agree with me that Lindsay had a number of friends from actually grammar school through high school through college that she stayed in touch with over the years?
Yeah.
This is
And you as well?
for
Yep.
And they're good friends. Like you still would see them and you guys would do dinner and things of that nature, right?
Yeah.
Actually, one of your friends, I think it was one of your friends, it might have been one of her friends, actually named her in January or around that time frame to be godmother or take care of their child if anything bad happened to them and they were dead, right?
what?
Remember that?
My brain has been foggy for the last couple of years, but
I understand.
yeah.
Okay. In January, as time went by, do you recall that she would actually continue to take notes of her medications that she was taking, right?
That sounds like something Lindsay would do.
Kept a diary or a little log, right?
Yep.
I'm approaching you, sir, with this and asking if you can identify this.
Right.
Yes.
When you say yes, and I put it on the little
Right.
screen, what is it?
That's what it sounds like. He has a whole nother family. He's remarried and has a
It's
family.
the dosage of medication that she took and how she's feeling.
So this is kind of like a little medical diary that she was keeping.
Yeah.
For example, here you see on that 5 milligrams Valium, 200 Seroquel, slept well, horrible thoughts in the morning, right?
Yeah.
And
See, she was on Valium too.
I think the DA had asked you, I'm going to offer this, Your Honor, if I may.
Any objection?
No.
That may be admitted.
Thank you. There was an occasion where she told you in the presence of her mother that she was having horrible thoughts, right?
Right.
And you told us about that yesterday. And it was quite an emotional thing for her to do that, right?
Right.
After that time frame, you continued on. You were working in the basement, right?
Yeah.
I shouldn't say basement. It was a finished place, right?
Finished basement, yeah.
And that was where you worked on a regular basis. Is that right?
Yeah.
Would that be a 40-hour week or longer?
It varied, but yeah, roughly 40 hours.
And I know it was maybe COVID, tail end of COVID, but one of the other reasons that you did that was so you could be home and help out. Is that right?
Yeah, I worked from home since 2018.
Okay.
But yeah, I built an office down there.
So you were always there.
Yeah.
Not always, but you were down there when you would work.
When I wasn't traveling, yeah, I was there.
Okay. So when would you travel? Tell us about that.
I really didn't travel actually
This is not medical
much
advice.
during COVID, just towards the end and once in November
November of what year?
2022.
November of 2022.
But before that, I traveled extensively.
Let's look at November of 2022. November of 2022 is a month before she's telling you and her mother that she was having thoughts about hurting the children, right?
Right.
It's November of 2022, and you traveled. Where did you travel to?
New York.
Oh my gosh.
How long were you there, sir?
2 nights.
And who took care of the kids?
Lindsay.
Sorry,
Lindsay took care of the kids.
Lindsay. So for 2 days, 2 nights, a month and a week or so before she killed the children, she was home with the kids for 2 days. Is that right?
Right.
Fair to say that you also had your friends that you would do brunch with on occasion, Sundays or weeknights or whenever, guys night type thing?
Yep.
That's,
And you'd be out with your friends. If she wanted to kill the kids, she certainly could have done it that time when you're out, right?
In theory.
As opposed to sending you on a 3-minute trip to CVS and a 9-minute trip to a restaurant. You were away for 2 days in November and on a number of occasions for brunch as well as skiing, right? You're a pretty active guy.
Yeah.
and has kids.
I'm going to approach you, sir, and one of the books that was in the kitchen cabinet, I believe. Do you remember?
I don't think so.
But is it fair to say that she had a number of books, about parenting and things like that? So this one here was pregnancy and postpartum anxiety workbook. Did she have workbooks that you were aware of? Or work diagrams and things like that?
She had books of
Chip
different
books.
sorts.
So you can't identify this as being in the kitchen, right?
I don't recall seeing that book. No.
Am I
Yeah.
right, is ID?
Sure.
Well, I don't think she was supposed to make it.
Thank you. By the way,
'Cause I don't know anybody who'd do that to
I'm going to approach
themselves.
you, sir, with this document.
Or maybe she didn't think she'd paralyze herself. I don't know. It's weird. Oh, for sure.
It says postpartum depression and anxiety patient information sheet.
And if you go towards the end there, does it appear to be her writing in it?
Yeah.
That may be admitted.
The whole malpractice of all the doctors for 3 kids would be money. That it throws a whole new wrench into making me think way different for both of them because they're both filing it.
So you're looking at this item. It's got a bunch of flowers on the front. Appears to be a notebook. It's your understanding that the state police went in your house and they seized all sorts of items such as this?
Yep.
But we don't have.
Because it's multiple doctors.
Right.
Fair and accurate?
Yeah.
That's why they keep naming all of the doctors.
Caption that you were referring to?
Yes.
Postpartum depression and anxiety.
Yes.
And at the end of this particular document, you would agree, sir, that it has writing?
Yeah.
And whose writing is that?
Lindsay's.
And is this like a book or notes that she would take documenting on a daily basis any effect that she had from postpartum?
It appears to be the case.
It appears to be the case. His whole, I was never involved, is weird. If you truly felt your wife needed to be in a mental institution, why would you ever leave her with children alone?
Your Honor, I would offer the records of Dr. Jennifer Tufts, ASTA mental health records.
No
Cool.
objection.
All right, they may be admitted.
I'm going to have to, I think, maybe talk to the DA about this because I do have a lot of tabs and notes in this one. I know we have clean copies, right?
We have a clean copy we were planning to admit,
All right,
so that's
good,
not a problem.
okay.
So we'll enter that and then before, we can then substitute it with a clean copy.
see the exhibit.
Right. It's all so sketchy.
One of the things that you had identified yesterday was the
And
document
also lack of pills
obtained
missing.
from CVS,
30,
correct?
a prescription
Yes.
of 30 and
All
lack of
of
so
the
many
medications that were purchased
missing.
by Lindsay, by prescription from the physicians that she had seen during that period of time, correct?
Correct.
And you indicated yesterday that
Yeah, well, because it goes against the doctor, it goes against the hospitals. They all
a
work for
number of pill
hospitals.
bottles, and then you also had a number of pill bottles, is that right?
Right.
And the pill bottles that.
And this is why a lot of people can't get medication that they actually need.
What are the circumstances that you had them in a bag in your car?
The reason I had them in a bag is because sometimes a provider would adjust medications. So, for example, I do remember Lindsay had a prescription of Ativan, and then a few days later, they wanted to increase the dosage because it wasn't effective. So what they would do is they would say, give that old prescription to your husband, he'll discard it.
No,
and then
they don't.
continue taking from the new prescription.
That's not true.
When
That's a lie.
the DA yesterday went through that there were scripts and there were pills with a 30 count, but then there's 27 and 3 were gone, but that's because she wasn't taking her medication. That's not the case. It's what you were told to do, right?
Correct. Yeah. Without that context, it paints a different picture.
Exhibit 2 would be the pills that you had turned in, I believe. Is that correct? When you were back in your car?
Right.
I know you can't tell from looking at the back.
I remembered it's Exhibit 2 though.
Okay. Wednesday, January 24th, one of the troopers located 4 medication bottles, and at some point on the 26th, at about 2:30 in the afternoon, bottles were then documented by the police. When was it, if you know, that you turned these items in to the police?
I believe it was after the event. I don't remember the exact date, but I remember I told them I do have other prescriptions in my truck still, and I gave them to him.
Okay. So the police already went in with a search warrant. They already seized all the drugs that they could find in the house, in the kitchen, in the bedroom. Were there drugs in the kitchen, by the way?
Yeah.
They're all over the place, right?
All over the place.
And they seized them, right?
Yeah.
And then you, to be cooperative, told the police that you also had pills in your car, and you went to the DA's office and gave them to Attorney Sprague and the state police, right?
Right. But to be clear, those were discontinued prescriptions.
These are the ones like that she stopped.
Correct.
All right. And then you had new prescriptions, so there were new prescriptions that were prescribed to her, right?
Yes.
Now, when I met with you in the house, long after the state police had gone and finished their search,
Yep.
you recall that we went up to the bedroom and I removed this from the nightstand right next to the bed.
Yeah.
Can you tell us what that is? What is this? Is it a drawer, obviously?
That's the drawer that goes into the nightstand.
And inside the drawer, sir, do you recall that there were a number of items that Trazodone, Lindsay Clancy, prescribed on January 5, 23. Creatinine, January. Creatinine, 100 milligrams, prescribed for Lindsay Clancy, December 21st. Lorazepam, they're all empty too, right?
Yeah.
These are what she shot down with that lemonade or water or whatever was in the cup. She ground up these pills, right?
Oh, so that's
Lamotrigine, prescribed to Lindsay Clancy, December 16th, 22. Mirtazapine, prescribed to Lindsay Clancy, January 23. Those are in this drawer. They're all empty, right?
Right.
You observed that, right? There's something else that was in the drawer. Do you recognize that?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's her Apple Watch.
Her Apple Watch. This is the Apple Watch that apparently the police used to go up the stairs, downstairs, heart rate, things of that nature, right?
Yeah,
They never even seized it, did they? They left it in the drawer, right?
apparently.
So,
But just throw her shit around.
what is this item, sir? If you can identify that for us.
It's a face mask for sleeping.
To sleep?
Yeah.
Now, you had mentioned something, I think, about pillow spray. What is it?
She bought some pillow spray. It apparently helps you sleep.
Right.
And did you see her using that on a regular basis?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah, she did.
And they needed to take it. Why?
I would offer.
Put her watch in there.
See,
Yeah,
I think you.
and I think there's a watch on the side there.
Yeah. So worried about the police not taking it, and you didn't even put it back in the box.
No objection.
Okay. Do you want to put that in as one exhibit? Okay.
This DA's got to be like, this guy is a fool. Let's just keep adding more medications that she hoarded, apparently, because she never took them.
Just one.
Just one.
But yet she took so many medications.
Police never seized it, right?
Correct.
And the drugs that were in the drawer, the empty drugs in the pill bottles in January, December, 22, 23. The police never seized it.
So it only concludes that she never took the drugs, that she was so on.
I'm showing you an item, sir. It's like a little green vase. Have you ever seen that before?
Yeah.
Can you tell the jury what it is?
Objection.
Yeah, relevant.
Yeah, can I see Counsel Sidebar, please?
Like, what are you doing, dude? What is the relevance of that? Is it some like candle that makes you sleep well at night? What the hell is wrong with this guy? Yeah, that's exactly what they did to Murdoch. They didn't care about the wife and son being shot. They cared about the financial aspect of all the lawsuits from the lawyers. Yeah, and whatever medication she could get from to make it look. I swear, it literally looks like she did a rundown of if I have this, and this, what medications can I get? I can add all these up, say that I do this, and this. And I think she killed her kids to like get away, but then thought about it and thought, I'm going to get caught because, well, I used exercise equipment to kill him. I'm going to get caught. I'm not going to have a life. Then thought about killing herself. Because who goes to the second story and jumps out a window? But then she didn't jump out the window. She climbed out the window, hung on, and then how the DA or the defense described it is she threw herself off, smacking her head on the pavement or on the ground, on the hard, snowy ground, and then shattered her neck and part of her spine, which is what now leaves her paralyzed. Right. She walked out. She went against doctor's wishes. I'll be right back. But yeah, this is all on her. If you listen to how this case goes, how the opening went, his first day, this has got to be all planned. Snuffs. The dork didn't shovel any of this. What does he look like? A show snuffler? A show snuffler. A snow shoveler. I'll be right back.
To your knowledge, sir, was she advised by nurse practitioner Tufts to keep a nighttime dump diary of all of her thoughts and write them down so that she had something that she could refer to?
Not that I'm aware of.
You ever see her writing notes in a diary or like a thing with dates on it, November 23rd, for example, things of that nature?
I knew she kept notes, but I didn't see her doing it.
I'm going to show you this document. I asked, that appears to be her handwriting.
Yeah.
And does that contain indication as to her state of mind, particular date, or dates thereafter?
Yeah.
Just take a look at the other pages just to make sure that we're all right.
I'll get her these snuggles shoes.
Yeah.
You all right with that for this?
Call.
Please.
Yeah, I got it from the state police, so I assume you guys have it.
No.
Okay, that may be admitted.
I also don't understand the whole idea of if she wanted to die, say she did want to die, why she just didn't kill herself? Why did she have to take her 3 kids with her?
Recognize her handwriting, that document, the dates, September 29th, for example, 22.
Yes.
And is that, can you tell us what that appears to be, sir, if you know?
Looks like a schedule for Callan.
And the schedule for Callan, that would be, what, like when he's eating or sleeping or something like that?
Yeah, naps. Yeah.
So for example, where it says September 29th, there it is, 22, and then it makes reference to Callan, last fed with a time frame, and then there's a bunch of pages like that that go forward on those dates. Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Put him down for a nap, 9:35 with a smiley face, things like that, right?
Right.
Is this typical for Lindsay that she would document these things as a new mother?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was she being controlling, in your opinion, of her child and of you by doing this schedule?
No, I found it helpful.
Selfish people.
Any objection? All right, that may be admitted.
One of the things, sir, that the district attorney had asked you about is the exhibits of the, I think it was the window in the bedroom. You said it was 20 feet drop to the ground.
Right.
Is that right? This is a photograph of the same one you already introduced, but I just don't know. So this is the photograph of the house. You can identify that, right?
Yeah, that's the living room window.
Okay. And the window that you're talking about that's 20 feet up would be on the very top of that picture, correct?
Correct.
Well, it's not going to the very top. She didn't jump out the very top of the window. She held onto the ledge.
Now, when you identified this picture, I can't see. You see that there's some kind of an orange ball, appears to be an orange ball underneath the sill
Yeah.
to the left. It appears to be red marks or red spots, like possibly blood.
Yeah, because she's hanging onto the window ledge.
Tell the jurors what that little orange ball is.
Yeah, we had a woodpecker who would peck at the house and create holes. That's why I paired some of the other sections too. And I took some foam and filled the hole.
I'd offer that, Your Honor, just continuity.
That may be admitted.
And that also, if I may, just the top
I can't.
is also
I mean, you have to understand this only happened 3 years ago.
on the
I would be afraid to have.
second floor. You see that? That's from the house.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Attorney Ryan.
I would be terrified
Okay, so okay.
to have another wife that had children.
And then this is, I see on this top here. Okay, so you see on the top of this window here. Not a very good picture. underneath the Hornet thing, see it, but in the exhibit, you can see there's like blood drops or blood smears there.
Yeah, I
That's
see it.
the first floor window
Right.
directly underneath the second floor window, right?
Right.
Especially because they were so young
Any objection?
and how they.
They may be admitted.
Mm.
I'm all set, thank you, sir.
Commonwealth, redirect?
Yes, thank you.
Of course, there's going to be redirect. I'd redirect on a lot.
Mr. Clancy, you were shown an email, and it's been marked as an exhibit that you sent to coworkers on January 24th, 2023 at 5:24 p.m., correct?
Yeah.
And you were asked about it coming from the Surface Pro, but your testimony was that it could have come from your iPhone, correct?
Correct.
And in fact, you watched footage earlier of yourself going into the CVS in Kingston at 5:32 p.m., correct?
Correct.
And you had your phone with you, correct, because you used it? And we also saw you on the 3V footage using your phone
You
as well,
said it
correct?
going to work,
Right.
you know.
So you were clearly out of the house at 5:24 p.m., correct?
Sorry, what time did you say I was at CVS?
So you walked in at 5:32 p.m., correct?
Correct.
And you left the house. As you were leaving the
I
house,
love this.
Lindsay sent you the text about PDLX, correct?
I don't know if I had left the house yet, but yeah,
But that was sent at 5:15 p.m., correct?
right.
And how far away is the Kingston CVS?
3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Okay. And so you leave the house, you get into your car, and you drive to CVS, correct?
Correct.
And so that should have taken 3 minutes, correct?
Yep.
So after the text that was sent at 5:15 p.m., that would have been sometime around 5:18 or 5:20 p.m. that you should have arrived at CVS, correct?
Right.
But you don't go in until 5:32 p.m., correct?
I don't know.
We could
I
pull
don't
up.
know what time I pulled in the parking lot.
I'm not asking what time you pulled into the parking lot, but is it fair to say that the video that you were shown earlier shows you entering the store at 5:32 p.m.?
Yes.
So from the time you should have been at the parking lot of CVS around 5:20 p.m. until 5:32 p.m., could you have been in your car sending this email on your iPhone?
Yeah, I just don't know if I pulled into the parking lot at 5:20.
Well, where were you?
Sometime after the text was sent from Lindsay about PDLX, but before 5:32 p.m., you were in your car.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
So she's trying to say
Now,
Lane
you
Foundation.
were asked about my questions to you about going to Boston, and my questions to you were about December 3rd, not December 2nd, correct?
Correct.
Because your anniversary is December 3rd, not December 2nd, correct?
Right.
So Dawson was taken to the doctors on December 2nd, correct?
Correct.
And on December 3rd, did you have plans? Not that they were followed through, but did you have plans to go to Boston that day?
Yeah, so I can provide some clarification on that.
Sure.
So yeah, on Monday I was a little bit confused by it because we were home. But yeah, I think there was a plan prior to that,
think there
an
was?
anniversary plan to go to Boston, but it was canceled.
Okay.
And the picture you showed was from September.
So the plans that you had to go to Boston, showing you here.
I love to impeach people when they fucking try to stay alive.
Some text messages between yourself and Lindsay. And here, there's one here that says, the spa, the Omni is booked, but you're on the wait list. As a backup, I have you booked for massage at the nearby IHG for 90 minutes at 1:45. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And then you later say we can get lunch and then head over. She responds, okay. And then you write that they'll let you use the gym and the pool while she's getting her massage. Is that correct?
Right.
So that was on the 3rd. Just say it was on the 3rd.
For lunch and dinner. And so there were the plans, they just fell through, right?
Yeah, we canceled them. Yeah.
So it's not as if I made that up out of thin air. That's here in the text messages, correct?
Right. Yeah. It was just confusing because we were home. But yeah, when I left, I recollected that, and then I found the picture, and the picture was from September.
And was that from the wedding you went to?
Yeah.
If we could have the text messages marked as specific.
Any objection? All right, that may be admitted.
Now, in cross-examination, you said that Lindsay always took the medications exactly as instructed. But in direct, you said you weren't always with her every time she took the pills. Is that correct?
That's correct. But the understanding was that she took it as directed.
That was your
So
understanding.
she told you she did?
Yeah.
And because you trusted her to do so?
Yeah.
Okay.
She also-
But you can't sit here and say definitively that she took every pill exactly as instructed every single time because you didn't watch her every time, correct?
I was not standing next to her every time she took pills.
And you were asked about the Facebook search in August 23rd, 2022. And you were asked about being on the Surface Pro and looking up the country singer who had killed himself. Is that right?
Right.
Okay. So
I love this.
I think that what you said when you were asked by defense counsel about whether or not you accidentally went to this site on methods of suicide, you said that could be likely, that might have happened. You're not sure, correct?
It's so subtle that I don't remember specifically, but I do remember listening to Tom T. Hall.
How often did you listen to him?
It was like for a week.
Okay. And so were you aware that on 8/23, August 23rd, 2022, at 9:40 a.m., someone signed into Lindsay's Facebook account on the Surface Pro?
No.
And then at 9:43 p.m. is when the Tom Hall site was accessed. Do you recall that?
Yeah.
And at 9:45 a.m. is when a person not just hit a link by accident, but actually had to click on a link to go to suicide methods. Are you aware of that?
No.
Okay. Is there any reason why you would have been going in and logging on to Lindsay's Facebook account while going on Wikipedia and looking at suicide methods all in that same 5 minutes?
I didn't log into Lindsay's Facebook ever. It's very possible that I looked at Tom Hall's Wikipedia page, but
At some point?
yeah.
Do you remember spending 3 minutes on the Methods of Suicide site, scrolling through and reading the Methods of Suicide site for 3 minutes?
No, I don't remember something I did for 3 minutes almost 4 years ago.
Do you remember being on that site, the Methods of Suicide, and clicking on a link to a bridge in Australia that people use to commit suicide?
Oh,
No. So in this 5 minutes or so where someone's using the Surface Pro, using Lindsay's Facebook while doing that, and then clicking on these links you don't remember, you think it might have been you?
I have no idea.
you don't like either defense
Now, you
or
talked about Lindsay's stay at McLean Hospital.
husband.
You said that that it was a locked ward. She had to stay there. Is that correct?
Correct.
But it was a voluntary commitment, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You didn't file any legal paperwork to have her committed, correct?
Correct.
There was no court order making her stay there, correct?
Correct.
So if she wanted to leave and expressed to the doctors that she wanted to leave,
Good.
and they didn't believe she was a danger to herself or others, she could leave, correct?
As far as
To be honest, I don't know.
this guy was
Now,
so
you
involved in
stated on direct examination that you visited her 2 times during the time that she was there at McLean, right?
At least twice, yeah.
And you said those were in the evening hours, is that correct?
Yeah, afternoon, evening.
Afternoon and evening. So you weren't there during the morning and early afternoon hours when they were offering these group therapies and when she was meeting with other practitioners?
I wasn't there in the morning.
And were you there during the when the staff was checking on her every 15 minutes?
No, but she did tell me about that.
And were you aware that she was evaluated several times, and at first she had to stay on the unit, but then eventually, based on what she was telling them, she was allowed to go on the grounds with staff?
I was aware that she went on at least one walk.
And so people were seeing her and interacting with her and changing the way her stay went at McLean Hospital throughout her stay.
Yeah.
And you talked about Dr. Goodhart recommending medications. What was the medication that you said that she recommended?
I thought it was Cymbalta, but I think she ended up taking amitriptyline.
What? He doesn't even know anything going on in his life.
Here at the CVS records that you provided.
I love this chick's recross. Epic.
We see, so we see here, here we go. Aaliyah Goodhart, second from the bottom.
Yep.
Trazodone, 50 milligrams. So you thought that Dr. Goodhart had just recommended medication when there was actually a prescription that was given by Dr. Goodhart, correct?
Right, but I believe, so there's another one as well, lorazepam. I
Yes.
believe those were prescribed while she was staying there.
And so they were filled at CVS and sent to McLean?
Possibly. I remember there was an issue where she didn't have her medications when she went to McLean, so she needed them to be brought there.
She was discharged on January 5th, correct?
Right.
Are you aware that this document from CVS says that the prescription for Trazodone 50 milligrams prescribed by Dr. Aaliyah Goodhart was filled on January 5th,
Right.
2023?
Right.
Okay. And then the other prescription by Dr. Goodhart, the lorazepam, was also 1 milligram lorazepam was also filled on January 5th, 2023, correct?
Yeah.
So that's when she was discharged, not while she was staying there, correct?
Right. That's correct.
So Dr. Goodhart did in fact prescribe medication.
I think she was only there
For Lindsay, Trazodone and Ativan,
like a week.
and not Cymbalta, correct?
She recommended Cymbalta, but she wasn't the one who prescribed that,
And in fact, no one prescribed that, correct?
because it ended up switching to amitriptyline.
And the amitriptyline was prescribed by Dr. Jennifer Tufts, correct?
Right.
And
3 days, is that what it was? 3 days? I couldn't remember. This chick's been with so many different people.
Dr. Tufts prescribed 5 milligrams of diazepam on January 9th, 2023, correct?
Right.
And amitriptyline on January 16th. It was 10 milligrams of amitriptyline. And that was prescribed when Lindsay said she was
Having some issues with depression, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So she went to McLean Hospital and she was weaned off the Seroquel, correct?
In 3 days?
I believe so, yeah.
And all the medications that she had taken prior to going to McLean, she was no longer on. Those were gone, correct? Once she had been in McLean.
I don't know if it was, I'm not sure. I don't know if it was all of them.
Well, did you have conversations with your wife about what she was taking? I mean, were you aware that she was only on only prescribed Trazodone and Ativan when she left McLean, and then amitriptyline was only added on the 16th? So just those 3 medications?
Yeah, but I thought she was taking Trazodone before McLean.
Right. So she had been prescribed it before and stopped taking it, correct?
I don't remember. I'd have to look back on records.
So you're not sure about what she was taking and when, are you?
Not the exact dates, but I remember she was taking Trazodone.
Good.
And I thought she was taking it before McLean.
So the best resource of what she was prescribed and when would most likely be the doctors and the CVS records then, correct?
The CVS records is a good resource.
Oh my God.
And you talked about the pills.
5 days.
and how these were pills that she was no longer on. So
it wasn't really a good representation of what she had taken, correct?
Correct.
And then January
But
1st,
she was only prescribed Zoloft
5 days later.
right? At the very beginning?
Right.
And she only took 7 of those pills, correct?
Right.
So it wasn't as if she was prescribed a higher dose or a different dose of Zoloft and was still taking that. And so that 7 pills misrepresents the Zoloft she took, right?
I believe she switched because, or she stopped because she was switched to Prozac.
Okay. And then even going forward, the Prozac, there weren't many pills taken out of that either, correct?
Yeah, eventually she stopped that as well.
Okay.
Oh.
So she'd take a few pills
And then
she'd
quit.
have some side effects, they'd switch the medication, correct?
Yes.
And so they were trying to figure out what would work for her, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And then she ends up at McLean because she's having difficulties, according to her, with the Seroquel, correct?
That was part of it, yeah.
And they wean her off of that, right?
What?
Yep.
And then after McLean, she's only on the Trazodone, the Ativan, and then on the 16th, adding in the amitriptyline, correct?
Right.
We don't know. He's just
You
a breed.
mentioned that you went to New York in November of 2022. Defense counsel said that was a month before the children were killed, but that's actually 2 months before they were killed, correct?
It was, yeah, it was about a little more than 2 months.
And she hadn't been on the Seroquel yet, right?
I don't know exactly when she started the Seroquel.
Oh my.
Would December sound right?
Yeah, or end of November, yeah.
And so when you took your trip to New York, she was having some issues, but she was doing okay, wasn't she?
She was doing much better than she was in December.
Very.
And did you also take another trip with Cora in November?
Skiing.
Yeah, so I did the trip to New York, and as soon as I got back, went to bed, and then the next morning left with Cora.
And was that November 4th through the 7th to San Francisco?
Yeah.
And who was taking care of Dawson and Callan while you were in San Francisco with Cora?
Lindsay.
And so during your trip to New York, and then immediately after your trip to San Francisco with Cora, were there any issues or any problems, or did anything happen while Lindsay was caring for those kids?
Nothing bad happened. She was, I would say her anxiety and depression was starting to tick up, but yeah, obviously nothing bad happened.
Okay. And it's your testimony that things started to get worse in December. Is that correct?
Correct.
But it was also your testimony that after the stay at McLean, things got better.
Right?
Yeah.
She had her best day
And
ever.
she steadily progressed throughout January, getting better, right?
Definitely, yeah.
And on January 24th, 2023, you testified that that was one of her best days.
Yeah.
You were asked about the Apple Watch. The police didn't collect the Apple Watch, right?
What?
They did collect her phone, correct? You identified it earlier, right?
Correct, yeah.
And her Apple Watch was linked to her phone, was it not?
It probably was, yeah.
You were also asked about the drop from
This is going to kill his
second floor
lawsuit.
window. Were you aware that the measurement from the windowsill to the ground was actually 12 feet?
I've never measured it, but yeah, I believe what you're saying.
And
He just goes with whatever. That's what I said.
looking for
How? That's what I said on day one. How is he not charged? Accessory.
Exhibit 84. This was the packet here that defense counsel was going through with you, where you said this is Lindsay writing Callan's schedule. Is that right?
Right.
But this was also Lindsay sending
I love
notes back and forth between herself and Elaine. Is that correct?
Possibly.
There's different writing here, correct?
He doesn't even know about the
Look at
schedule.
it.
Yeah.
For example, this first page after the cover, we have writing here that you said was Lindsay's, correct?
It looks like it, yeah.
And then down here, there's a note that's in different handwriting, correct?
Yeah, I would say so.
So were you aware aware that Lindsay was using this notebook to communicate back and forth with the nanny about Callan's care?
She had different notebooks. She always had a notebook that she would leave for the babysitter or for me.
And so, for example, on Tuesday, September 4th, she wrote, last fed at 6 a.m. Give him a bottle whenever he wakes up. He likes it very warm. He's been resisting the bottle. If he won't drink it after 45 minutes of trying, please text me to let me know. Put down for next nap 1 hour after he wakes. Try to put down drowsy but awake. But if he cries, pick him up and rock, bounce, or hold him until sleep, then put down. He usually sleeps 45 minutes, but let him sleep as long as he wants. These are very detailed notes that Lindsay is sending to the nanny, correct?
Yeah.
And then she also wrote, if you have time, wash and cut up veggies, sweet potatoes, 1-inch cubes peeled, broccoli, small pieces, peppers, 1-inch pieces.
This is for the babysitter?
Next bottle, 2.5 hours after the first bottle, correct?
I believe what you're reading. Yeah.
So very particular about what she wanted the nanny to do, how she wanted her to do it, and when to feed Callan, when to put him down for a nap, all of those things. Very particular, correct?
Sounds like it. Yeah.
Why'd they get rid of the babysitter or the nanny? Because he was working from home.
Thursday, September 29th,
Wait for it.
2022. Callan last fed at 8:45. Please put him down for a nap at 9:35. He will be home from gymnastics at 11:45. Clean clothes and dry it when you get to it. So again, very specific times for putting him down and when to get up and asking her to do additional work like laundry and things like that, correct?
Yeah.
Again, October 6th, 8 at 8:15, fell asleep at 8:40. Changing table is now in the bathroom. If he wakes before 9:40, give him 15 minutes to settle himself back to sleep. I'm hoping he will sleep till 10:15. If he is still asleep at 10:40, wake him. Feeding at 11 a.m. First try bottle. After 15 minutes, make oatmeal. 2 tablespoons of oatmeal. Make thin with breast milk. And heat for 5 to 10 seconds. Again, very specific directions on what she wants done and how she wants Callan cared for, correct?
Yeah.
And throughout this notebook, it's more of the same, correct?
Yeah.
Or have you even seen it?
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it. Another thing that he wasn't involved in.
I have nothing further. Thank you.
So which nanny
Nice.
was that?
That would have been Elaine Rossi.
And Elaine Rossi, how long was she the nanny for you guys?
A month or two. Yeah, probably 2 months.
She probably
Just
quit.
did more hours and moved on, and Lindsay was home, so.
Yeah, I think she preferred more hours. We couldn't really give it to her, and Lindsay was home anyways. So.
And
You couldn't afford
as
it.
far as the records are concerned, it's fair to say that Lindsay, as a concerned mother, would give instructions to people that would be taking care of her infant.
Yeah, I would have done the same.
A lot of discussion.
Oh, you wouldn't have.
these prescriptions and scripts from the different doctors, and one of the things you referenced was that you believe that she was on trazodone. And if I suggest to you that there was a Dr. Izad Kayvon on November 16th of 22 that prescribed 50 milligrams of trazodone while she was on buspirone and
I get it. Me too.
Does that refresh your memory that in November she was prescribed 50 grams of trazodone?
Yeah, I remember trazodone being like a part of the
Are you sure?
medication plan for a while.
And one of the things
It's
that you
just been
did
burned in your head.
was you went to CVS and you got a list of all the drugs, right?
Right.
And if I suggest to you, sir, that this is just an easy reference with different colors for different doctors of exactly what the CVS provided, does that appear to be fairly accurate of the scripts that were
Yeah.
provided?
Yeah.
Can I switch 1 minute, please? No objection.
Okay, that may be admitted.
That's all I have, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, sir. You may step down. Thank you. Counsel, could I see you?
Oh, Jesus. Stop. We're ending for the day, I guarantee it. It's 4 o'clock or it's 4:12. I guarantee he's going to want to stop for the day. Wow. Did he have anything to do with his children's lives? That's nuts. $330. And how'd they wean her off all those pills in 5 days? I want to know. Right? And the whole thing is he started working from home because she was depressed. It don't sound like he worked from home to help her any.
I know it's been a long day for everyone, so we're going to excuse you till tomorrow morning. The hope is we'll start about 9.
About 9.
Kind of the same thing. We'll go to hopefully about 11, take a break at 11. We'll have a break from 1 to 2, and we'll go into the afternoon around 3 or 4. All right?
Around 3 or 4.
That's the thing. Remember, I'm going to ask you those questions about not talking about the case, not doing any research about it, don't watch anything about it. You have to keep an open mind. At this point, you've heard some evidence, but you haven't heard all the evidence. You haven't heard the law that you are to apply to the evidence. So you've got to, at this point, you've got to keep struggling in a sense, keep that open mind. So I'm going to excuse you. I hope you have a nice evening. We'll come back here tomorrow morning. If I forget to tell you, tomorrow, Friday, we're still on schedule to take that view.
Take a field trip.
Deal with the schedule when you come in tomorrow. That's the best I can tell you. That's the schedule for tomorrow. So again, thank you so much for all your work on this case so far. I hope you have a nice evening. We'll see you tomorrow.
Court, all right. Good. Go to no close. Please, my chairs, please.
All right. And so we'll be in recess on this matter till tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so tomorrow, 9 a.m. Why? Other times, the company invited. Thanks. Aw. So not standing. Right? Oh, jeez. How could you not know anything? What was he there to do, though? I think he was there, like, mainly his whole thing was, I don't know. I mean, it looks like it. Yeah, I would say so. But I think he just agreed with whoever was talking. It didn't really seem like he added much value to anything that was really going to help, except that, yeah, she was, during this period, she was not okay. But like the day of, his whole thing was the day of it was her best day ever. Her best day ever. That's wild work. I don't know what he's going to do. That's crazy to me. I don't know. I don't know how you get past that one. He added nothing. He added nothing. He didn't even care. Right? Like, I don't even know. Oh, turn this down a little bit. Holy crap. I have to turn it up so loud. I wish they would like stay at the podium. Like, find a mic. Holy crap. I don't know. No, people that are dress. Bad decisions. All their problems are gone. They're doing something right. So that's what I wonder if she was like, if she decided that she was just going to do it then, and then like, that's why she cut her wrists and her throat. But then she was like, didn't cut deep enough because like it's not easy to do that. Like, you know, it doesn't go the way you think it's going to go. And then she was like, well, shit, he's going to be on his way back soon. And then that's why she jumped out the window. Like, I don't understand the jumping out the window after slicing your wrist, and because they were kind of superficial. They like even he said in the 911 call, like, they're not bleeding, like, you know, and then like it's a red mark on her neck. And then on her arm, they showed pictures of her wrist, and she does have slices on her wrist, but she has a split, like her skin split there. And the defense was trying to say that, oh, like she cut herself so bad that her skin split. Well, she could also could have split jumping out the window, you know, hitting the ground, whatever. It was cold, blah, blah, blah. I don't like, who knows why the skin split, because it split. It wasn't like the skin, it looked more like, you know, when your skin, like you get a blister and the skin peels and it splits. It wasn't like a slice split. It was like the top layer of the skin split, like a sunburn and your skin split, or more like a burn, like from a fire burn split. It was weird. It was like, that looks more like it's split from hitting pavement or something. I don't know. Like maybe they had a walkway in the back there or something. I don't know. It looked weird. And then she had slices, like she tried to do it and maybe she got a little bit of it, but she didn't like slice it deep enough that she was standing there like gonna like die from it or whatever. I don't know. It didn't look it to me. And of course she didn't die from that. You know what I mean? Because obviously she's still sitting in the right. And that's what he said too. There was no bleeding. Like they weren't bleeding by the time that he even got there or the ambulance got there. So they couldn't have been that deep. I'm guessing that it started to bleed. No, because the kids weren't all cut up. I'm guessing that she cut deep enough that it started to bleed, or she cut a part of her skin that it started to drip, and then she was standing around thinking, maybe it's not working. You know, like if you cut yourself, you can. I mean, like, did you ever break a glass doing dishes? You can cut yourself, but it doesn't mean you're going to bleed to death. Yeah, but was it, I mean, she cut both wrists and then she did cut her neck. And the one picture of her laying there with, you know, her body all in boards and stuff because she was paralyzed and stuff. The one slice was like up to here, but it came across here. So if she cut her like skin here, was she standing there and it was just dripping because it was right by that window, right? So I don't know. Who knows how it got blood all over it? Yeah. Come on, bro. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I have questions about the whole thing because if you look at some of it, and then there also were several slices. It wasn't like she sliced it one time and got a really good slice. It was several slices on both wrists. You know what I'm saying? So it's like she was like, oh, but also too, she took a bunch of her pills, crushed it up and like drank it with stuff. So maybe as she was getting like more loopy, she was able to cut deeper. Who knows? You know what I mean? But she definitely, I mean, none of it was bleeding by the time EMS got there. So. I hate raw food. Yeah, you never know. And also, who knows what, like, was her blood thinned out from some of the stuff she was taking that made it bleed a little better? Do you know what I mean? Or, like, I don't know. So maybe it looked worse than what it actually was. Well, right. Well, that's what I was saying on day one was like, if you rob a bank and I go and I'm the getaway driver, I'm charged with accessory. She told him in October. So in October, she told him that she was having thoughts of suicide and that she was also having thoughts of harming the children. He asked her if she had a plan on the suicide. She said no. And if she had a plan on how to harm the children. And she said no. She didn't say anything about a voice telling her to. She just said that she had thoughts of it. At that point, she should never have been left alone with the children at all, ever. Because when you tell somebody that, that'd be like me leaving, like my husband saying, I have thoughts of hurting the dogs. Dude, you'd never be alone with them. Ever. Well, you probably wouldn't live here, but you'd never be alone with them. Like, why would I ever trust you at that point? So if he left her alone with them with these thoughts and didn't have her 151 for an extended period of time, wouldn't he just be an accessory to all of this? Do you just think it's okay that, Oh, okay. I didn't know that. See, I don't know anything about any of these drugs. That's why I had to look them all up to see what they did. Because they kept saying them and I was just like, okay. I'm on a plan. Why? Well, I guess you're supposed to ask if they have a plan and all this stuff, and like if they say no, then you call, or if they say yeah, then you call the police or whatever. I would have just 151 to ask. You have a freaking at the time because she didn't do it till January, so he was just like a newborn. I'd have been like, pfft. But her mom and dad came down and did some stuff and hung out, and like she just seemed fine. But now you can see by his own testimony, he was like not a part of, like he had no idea what was going on in his life. Right? Right. Like at that point, don't you just kind of go, yeah. And she said, you need to go pick these, like, you need to go pick this up. I'd be like, okay, well, me and the kids are going to go pick it up, have some time by yourself. Like, she would never be alone with the kids unsupervised ever. Well, that's the thing. They stayed for a couple days or whatever and then left. Like, her parents came down, his parents came down, they came down for the holidays, all this stuff. I don't know. I mean, she went to a mental institution, basically. That's all that place is, for 5 days and then checked herself out, basically. Against doctors' advice. Right? Like, yeah, kids trip. Yeah, you take the kids. She would never be alone. I mean, the whole point of you, like, I would put the kids, even if I was working downstairs, The kids would be downstairs with me in a playpen. She wouldn't be anywhere that I couldn't be watching. When somebody tells you they think about harming the kids, I'd be like, yeah, I don't care if there's a plan or isn't a plan. I'm 151 in your ass. That's the whole idea of being married. I mean, not the whole idea of being married. That came out wrong. But you don't have to have, like, they say something like that. You call the cops up and be like, they're saying some crazy shit. They need to go bye-byes for like 72 hours to like get their head on straight. Right. Right. I mean, I don't understand why people just don't take those things as, especially because she had already been going to doctors. She already been like on medication, already all this stuff. Like, why would you ever take that risk? Right. Well, I mean, yeah, a lot of people that tell you that kind of shit, that's usually it's a cry for help, they say, or whatever, you know. But you tell me you want to, and like if a friend told me, I'm thinking about harming my children, I'd be like, police? I don't know. Who doesn't call police and do that kind of shit? Who doesn't like call somebody for help? Like, that's just wild work to me. Like, children are innocent. They can't protect themselves. I mean, her children are 8 months, 3 years old, and 5 years old. And he was just like, yeah, I'll drive. Like, why didn't he even think that was weird? I'll drive someplace that we never get takeout from. Go there and go to a pharmacy we never go to. Sure. Anyway, so now I guess it's just going to be, I don't know who else are, well, they're going to call EMS and police officers and all that stuff because they're still trying to establish that she's absolutely, well, that's what I'm saying. But in my opinion, he's just as guilty. But I just feel like she had it planned. But I know you're supposed to wait until all the facts, evidence are out. I just don't see. And I'm usually pretty good at doing that. This case bothers me. And so many parents nowadays are killing their kids. I don't understand. It's wild work. Like, you don't have to have children. There's no nobody's forcing you to have children. Like, crazy happens. It's 2026. There's all kinds of forms of birth control. You don't have to have children just to end their life prematurely. It's crazy. Right. I agree. And the fact that you try to get off saying, oh, I was doing all this stuff. Nah. It's hard for people to take accountability nowadays. That's the crazy part, right? Nobody, everybody wants to do the bad deeds and nobody wants to take accountability. But, you know, but give me a chance. No. And then the defense was like, she's going to have to live with this for the rest of her life. She's not just going to get up and walk out of here and never think about it again. I don't care. She chose it. She chose to make those decisions. We let too many people off for no reason. Anyway, no responsibility. But that's what everybody wants, right? They want to do the act, but don't want to pay the price. Right. Exactly. Anyway, okay, well, I will be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. and we'll see what the rest of this trial brings. And then Friday, we'll find out what they're going to do in the morning. I have a doctor's appointment in the morning, so I'm glad they're taking the trip in the morning. That'll be great. But anyway, I will be back at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning to see where else this rabbit hole takes us. But thanks for coming and joining and hanging out. You have a good night too. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share. And you all have a good evening. I appreciate it. Till next time.
Man, club just a system, but the deck's set to fail. You speak for transparency, they call it a crime. Next day, you suspended for 6 months of your time. Pedigree, politics, trophies on the wall. Vanity awards while the ethics take a fall. They say it's for the free, but we know what it is. Power in the clubhouse, silence in the pit. Pedigree, politics, ribbons and lies. Smiles at the banquet, but the truth in disguise. You can muzzle the voice, but the truth don't quit. Dog show, kingdom built on counterfeit grit.